I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Vira joins us. Hi, Vira.
Hey, how'd it do?
Hey.
What's good?
Please introduce yourself to everybody.
Well, my name is Vira. But mind if I do my little intro that I normally do on streams for it?
Go right ahead.
It's the best way. I'll normally go with, hello, my name is Vira Tuba. I'm the rough and tough ass-kicking clownfish of the Red Sea. I go by he or she pronouns because it doesn't matter to me because I'm a pleasure for every gender. Glad to meet you.
There you go. Equal opportunity employer.
You're damn right.
Well, thanks for coming on. I do appreciate it. So what got you involved in VTubing?
What got me involved in VTubing? Well, I was inspired by a couple of streamers out there to really start doing this. One that's notable is Porcelain Maid.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Joel because he's kind of like me in terms of enjoying the female aesthetic more than the guy aesthetics typically, and not being afraid to have a female avatar presenting while also being a strong man at the same time. I thought that was fantastic, and that with the mix of just my general infatuation of making people smile, providing a cozy place for people to chill. I originally had a different feel out persona way back when I started, just to kind of get a gauge of, is this something that I would enjoy doing?
Yeah.
And it was. So, I went full steam ahead with the whole Vira persona.
So you had a kind of a different one to start with, and was it Porcelain Maid that kind of inspired you to change it up a little bit?
Not change it up, more gave me the confidence to go forward, because I always wanted to do a female model, but I always had this sort of stigma of will I be judged? Will people question me for it? That kind of ordeal. But I saw him, anytime somebody questioned him about it, he would just roast him, and always had the upfront confidence every time. And I'm I love that energy. He can do it, I can.
Yeah.
So the only point of the model, it was a cheap model that I had temporarily until I could come up with my own design.
Yeah. And is it your own design now?
Yes.
So
all.
Yeah. So do you put it together and then had somebody else do it, or did you put it together yourself?
I had a different artist do it. I came up with a lot of the concepts and some of the character inspirations for it. You can see a decent resemblance to a character by Akane Awari from Danganronpa.
Yeah.
Look him up. You can look him up and be like, oh, I can see it.
Yeah. Another Danganronpa person.
I had a whole high school phase with it.
Yeah. I interviewed someone a while back, a real pepper pot of a person, and she used Junko.
Of course.
I'm yeah, I'm not gonna mess with that one.
She's not the only one I know that's. I know a lot of people that had Junko as some kind of inspiration. That's a popular one right there.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The games that you play now online, are they the same games that you play offline, or is it just kind of an extension of the games that you'd like to do, or are you choosing games based on what your audience might like?
It's a little bit of a mix. So I stream typically 2 to 3 days a week. Tuesdays is more of my audience thing. They really love Yu-Gi-Oh! And harassing me while playing that, because most of my chat is so much better than me. And they just love to get that rise out of me when they kick my behind.
Yeah.
And those Fridays are more of what I pick. what I kind of feel like playing and what the chat may enjoy chilling with me to watch, you know?
Yeah. Well, you've got you. It's a very much a variety of games that you do play online, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I do steer towards like some of like our childhood niches that
Mm.
we would grow up with. Like, I do a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh, as I've said, Pokemon, Zelda. I do a lot of those.
Mm.
Uh, Mainly like card games and I guess Nintendo content, but I'm now starting to slowly veer towards like some of the role playing esque kind of games like
Yeah.
Monster Prom and Baldur's Gate.
That's two completely. You just kind of throw them
I
together.
know, two
And like,
sides of a
and
spectrum. That
Monster Prom, Baldur's Gate, they're all the same thing.
well, I gotta give the kind of range here,
Just casually throw that in there. But it does show that the breadth that you do cover with the games, it is quite a variety, and everything from. Did I see you were doing a Cult of the Lamb or something like that, or
Yes, I have done Cult of the Lamb
uh,
at one point.
yeah? I mean, some of these games, I would be into, and I would just keep playing till the end. I don't think I could do. I don't think I could bounce around too much. I'm an old NES player. We played one game until we were done, and then we went to the next one.
Well, the variety of I choose is kind of like it's kind of a reflection of how my brain is a lot of the time.
Mhm.
I'm either, and that's how my streams are too. It's either chill or chaotic as hell, and there's no in between.
Now you mentioned you wanted your channel to be kind of like a chill place, a place for a safe space, really, for
Yes.
people. Um, is there an underlying reason for that? Is there some reason you really want it to be that sort of a safe space for folks?
Well, because like on the internet, nowadays you have there's a lot of places where people might not be accepted. You feel like you can't be yourself.
Uh-huh.
And I kind of just wanted to create my little corner of the internet where I can just be like, oh, you're a whacked out weirdo. Oh, you have these special niches or you have these like fixations that you want to share to some people, but you're afraid to,
Yeah.
come to my channel. It's the perfect place for that. Like, I'm generally accepting of anyone, really.
Mm.
Obviously, as long as, you behave yourself.
Yeah. And not
I,
not super way over the top type stuff, but
right,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not gonna lie, sometimes it gets a little questionable, but it's
Mm.
funny.
Yeah. Yeah, but you keep a ride on it. I mean, you keep an eye on what's going on.
Yes,
Mm.
I do. I try my best to, and I have one mod that does help me out
Hmm.
sometimes because I am technologically inept, extremely.
Yeah, yeah,
So he's like my sidekick,
yeah, and
to go along with the ride.
yeah. So, when once you get started, when did you get comfortable with it? Was it right away, or did it take a little while for you to get your legs underneath you?
I would say it took a little bit, not too long, because I feel like the moment I started getting a rhythm, the people that came in can immediately feel the energy that I give off,
Uh-huh.
right?
Right.
And when I see that they're comfortable and they're chatting it up, I immediately am like comfortable. Like I could put on a face that I'm like calm and collected the entire time, but definitely at first I would always be a little anxious because at the back of my mind I was like, do these people find that I'm stupid? Am I talking too less? Am I talking too much?
Well, that's kind of relayed in the model, isn't it? Where the model
Uh,
has kind of a kind of a cool look about her.
it definitely does, and it definitely helps to
Well,
an extent, right? Sort of like ease that.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like there was the notions I was afraid of. It's like, oh, you have a girl model. Why why are you a guy using a girl model? That whole thing.
Yeah.
But
Welcome to
nah.
2024. Yeah.
Exactly.
Um,
Welcome to the new age,
yeah.
brothers.
Criminy people. Uh, uh, People worry about the strangest things.
They do,
Yeah.
and like I'm literally kind of like at a point where it's like if you want to hate or if that's something you're against, go somewhere else. Why are you yapping about that here?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Now, you haven't had a whole lot of problems with that, have you?
No, like maybe like I've had one or two instances, but I nipped that in the butt immediately.
Yeah.
You know.
There's always somebody who wants to put, Captain Crunch in your Cheerios, and and they
Right,
just
but
they want to take over the whole thing.
mhm. Sometimes I like that though.
Well,
As weird as it sounds, sometimes I like that. Like, come in and make yourself a fool type beat. Because I wasn't like that back then, but I'm the kind of person now to where if you dare do that in my chat, I'm going to make a joke of you.
I used to do that I used to do a lot of sports talk radio, which
Mm.
allows you to get a very thick skin very quickly.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't, then you're in big trouble. I had one fellow I was arguing with on the air said, this is his talk. He said, well, I must be an idiot then. I said, well, if you're taking volunteers, you're good for the job.
That's a good one.
I mean,
I like that.
you're 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 perfectly suited for it, so go right ahead. You be an idiot. I don't care. But
Have you had many problematic instances?
oh, there was a while I did the post game for a major college football team that was 0-11.
Mm.
And a lot of times the post game was like drinking acid.
Oh God.
Yeah, you don't, because the folks that call in on post game shows, well, I appreciated every single one of them, mostly every one of them. They're the rabid fans,
Oh yeah.
and a rabid fan of a
They
team
can get rowdy.
that's losing like 60-0 to teams that they should be beating.
Mm.
You're the one who gets the brunt of that. Yeah.
Ugh.
Well, and then I got married, and then
And then it got married.
no, I'm kidding.
I mean, imagine that. Yeah, that sounds like a great party life, right?
No, it was really an experience, but
Mm.
it's not the same as somebody coming in to say your stream and trying to change the topic to themselves. I hear some streamers have that where one or two people try to come in and take over and say come over to my stream instead or go to so and so stream.
That's so weird. Why do people do that? Like they think that chat is all gonna stop and give them attention.
Yes,
Maybe, but not in the kind of attention that they would want.
that's right. They'll be jolly stomped rather than followed.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Well, it's strange, but it with what you've been able to do so far with the channel. Obviously, you're having fun with it. I mean, I can tell just by talking with you, you're having fun with it.
Yeah, I'm enjoying every bit of it, yeah.
Are you where you want to be with it right now?
Definitely not.
Mm.
I'm definitely not where I want to be with it right now, but I'm still in the learning process, I want to say, of being a VTuber,
Hmm.
but I'm gearing up to go to the next level. I have a lot of plans in places and I have stories to tell
Mm.
because my design is not straight up just like uh pretty mocha anime clownfish with booba boom put that out done. No. I I am not gonna I'm actually not gonna keep this model forever.
Hmm.
I am going to be changing to a different model, but I
Mm.
want to put out stuff that's telling a story slowly of why the model is changing, why I decided to get this model in the first place.
Hmm.
But I want to do it while I'm VTubing with certain mediums like writing stories or making some music along the side telling that story.
So you want to do some music, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
What's keeping you?
Well, I'm working on it right now.
Mm.
I'm like writing down, I'm trying to jot down lyrics, trying to learn some of the craft on my own time. And I really, at least by like winter time, attempt to put something out.
Well, I mean, it's that takes courage to do. I mean, um,
Mm.
yeah, personally myself, I haven't hit a note since 1985 on purpose, and
What's stopping you?
yeah, what's stopping
Come
me?
on, I'm pretty sure
Talent,
you got a beautiful voice.
talent, and the fact that my voice changed when I was a kid, and that was about it. It was all downhill from there. Any notes?
I'm pretty
Any
sure
notes are
you got
purely
some talent
accidental from there.
somewhere, you know?
Nah,
Yeah, you got a different range now. I think
no,
all it is.
yeah, yeah. It's a different range, all right. Free range, and it's free to go wherever it goes. Hard to reel in, but
I believe no matter what age you are, you can start and learn at something.
yeah, well, wait till you're old, and then maybe you'll find something different. I learned my name again or something.
When I get to your age, I got you. I'll respond back to you, see how it is.
When you get to my age, I don't know if I'll be able to pick up the microphone.
You'll age like fine wine, baby. You'll be alright.
Yeah, yeah. It's like fine turpentine. That's what I'm going to end up doing. Really, being a singing and singing for people are two different things.
Mm.
How do you overcome that? I mean, it doesn't seem like you're, just in talking with you, it doesn't seem like you're overly scared of people, but it's still different showing off something that personal.
Uh, I don't know. It's kind of like, see, for me, it's weird, right?
Mm.
Most of my fear or like any worry that I have is before I'm in front of somebody or before I'm like doing that certain thing.
Okay.
But there's like a weird switch in my head of when I'm in that moment of I just gotta do it. My confidence just sparks out of nowhere.
Mm.
I don't really know how to explain it. It's like, I guess, the determination part of my brain to where it's like, all right, I have nowhere to go. I already committed and stuck myself to wanting to do this or perform this in front of people, so just do it.
It's the old jump into the deep part of the pool and you will have to swim deal.
Exactly. You said it perfectly.
And some of us still wouldn't swim. No, we just flail about and look for the lifeguards to show up. But
I mean, that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Sometimes people find the water's too dangerous for them at that moment.
But I you don't seem to have a lack of confidence. Now maybe you're putting up a front with it a little bit, but it seems like that you are pretty gung ho about what you're wanting to do. Am I reading that right?
Yeah, it's something I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I haven't been streaming for a long time, but I haven't feel like I've hit any sort of stride until I want to say this past fall because I've been meeting a bunch of really good friends. I've been having a lot more fun than I used to. I actually have a schedule that allows me to really start putting forth my ambitions that I want to do.
Yeah.
So things are starting to look up, and it's making me feel better and better about this.
Yeah. Well, some people would make more anxious and more anxious. That now you got to live up to it, but it doesn't seem like that's a problem for you at all.
No, not really. Like, I'm not to say like I'm too big for my britches, but like, I don't know.
But you need a new pair of pants, is what you're talking about.
Yeah, I gotta go to the store and get some MC Hammer pants instead.
Oh, now you're really getting back to my era of music there.
I may
Unfortunately,
know a little bit.
unfortunately, for many.
Bit.
The you mentioned meetings, working with folks online. Collaboration, is that easy for you?
um, I would say yes,
Mm-hmm.
because when I'm typically I collab with like friends that I talk to,
Right.
but before I even get into any collabs with a person I don't know, like I chill with them for a little bit and like gauge their vibe,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm pretty easy with most people.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah.
um, unless I get that certain energy that's off-putting, which is very rare that I've at least experienced so far.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll collab and hang with anybody because we're both in it to have fun and have a good time.
Yeah. Yeah. But whenever you're working with somebody in any field, and I don't care whether it's online or whether it's in a factory, putting nuts on bolts, that type of thing.
Mm,
Sometimes it just doesn't mesh. It's not anybody's fault, but it,
right.
it just doesn't. You haven't had that yet, have you?
Um. Okay. Maybe. So I got a little bit of a story to tell, but
Okay.
this is how like I met one of my close friends to this day. So I went into this VTuber server, right?
Right.
And somebody put out an ad wanting to collab with people to play Overwatch.
Mm.
I love playing Overwatch, so that was like an easy yes for me. Sure, they're taking 3 people. That's cool. Um, and so I join and 2 other people joining, and this person is hosting. I'm not gonna say their names.
Right.
Um, well, that person's name anyway. I'm gonna
Right.
name drop my bestie because she'll be fine. But so we were doing an Overwatch collab and we were playing, and it seemed a little cool at first,
Mm.
but the host was kind slowly got more and more rude
Mm.
because they were the type that was making call outs and they were getting frustrated that some of us may or might not be as good, and
Mm.
they were like complaining and yada yada, all this other stuff, and talking bad about the teammates and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I got very upset, and I can kind of hear it in the tone of voices that like the others were getting upset.
Yeah.
So I asked them to pause the stream, like politely, or like something real quick,
Mhm.
and they decided, no, I'm ending it. Because we were cracking jokes some of the time and messing around,
Right.
obviously, as you figured other content creators would,
Well,
right?
yeah, you're having fun. Try to.
Right. And we may have been making a few raunchy jokes. I'm not gonna lie, that's what we do. Because me and some of the other people just clicked, but the host just wasn't with that.
Mm. They were
So
Joe Serious, huh?
kind of.
Mm.
So they stopped their stream and they were done and they kind of left on us.
Mm.
And I think even blocked one of us too. And then they were talking stuff on Twitter like, "Oh, these people I collab with made me feel very uncomfortable, yada yada," while they were being rude.
Ah,
Whatever, whole drama debacle.
yeah.
But the positive side from that is when they left, I essentially took over. I was just like that. This guy's not a very good person, but like, let's keep playing. I'll pop my stream on. We'll chill. We'll keep having a good time and have
Yeah.
fun. I sort of just took the reins, and a girl by the name of Bree Berries, um, this was like a year ago,
Yeah.
and I'm their friend to this day
That's
from
cool.
that. Like I met them from that person's collab.
That's cool. That's like a real life Rock the Casbah.
Yeah.
When the Sharif left the square, everything was fine.
Right. It's like that one, take out that one dented piece,
Yes.
and then everything was good.
Oh, it sounds like you're having a great deal of fun. I do appreciate you coming on, and it really sounds like you've really got a uh, a good idea about what you want to do, and you're enjoying yourself. That's I think that's about all you can ask, isn't it?
Yeah, just about. It's just a matter of execution is always hard.
Mm.
Like,
Yeah.
having so many creative ideas, and it's like, but how do I do some of it, you know?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Plus, gotcha games.
Oh boy.
I went all the way through the interview without even mentioning it until now. So, so,
Yeah, I am
so
a
did you
filthy gotcha player.
did your wallet hurt when I said that?
Not not as much as you'd believe. It didn't hurt as much. All right, with the exception of fake grand order at one time, but like we don't talk about.
Said through clenched teeth.
Damn it, Shelter. But no, there was like at one point. Usually, I am a free to play player, but like there's once in a blue that one unit that you're like, do I want to risk it all for? Maybe, but that's only happened once.
One paycheck later.
It's like paycheck came in, this company just swallowed it for a PNG.
Take out a loan.
Yeah. I must get my waifu. I don't care if I'm in so much debt. I need her in my eye view.
And really, they're not that good a character, but but I just have to have them, okay? I don't have to explain myself.
They're my good character, all right? I picked them for a reason.
Well, I'm glad you picked us to come on an interview. We're going to have all your links up in the description for the interview here. And folks, check out what Vira's got going on, because Vira's having a lot of fun, and you should be having a lot of fun with them too. Thanks.
Hell yeah, I'm glad you accepted to take me on this.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It's my pleasure. And once you get some of these big things coming up, especially if you get that all our stories with that model going, you let us know so we can update everything, okay?
Hey, of course.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on.
Hey, deuces, and what I always say, sleep tight and make sure you don't let those piranhas bite.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.